Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the new Age of Sigmar Battle Box, Fury of the Deep. I was looking forward to seeing what the new release was going to be today for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and it's a battle box. So over on the Warhammer community site, they published an article earlier today. So in this video, we're going to look through that article, take a look at the battle box, all the contents, and I'll do a price breakdown so we can see just how much value there might be in this set. And here it is, our first look at the box. This is called Fury of the Deep, and in this we're going to see two of the Grand Alliance of Order factions going up against each other, and this is going to be the Idoneth Deepkin and the Fyreslayers. The last battle box we saw for Age of Sigmar was this one, Shadow and Pain, back in October, November last year. So it's great to see another one, and also great to see some attention going to the Idoneth Deepkin and the Fyreslayers. There's going to be quite a few models in this set. We're looking at 43 altogether, but only 2 of those are going to be brand new though, so that's a real shame. I was hoping that when I first saw this that we'd get a lot of new models, because I think both of these factions haven't really got an awful lot of choice, and they both could make some great armies. So yeah, I was really hoping for a bit more here, but there is 2 new ones, so let's have a look at those 2 new models first. And the first of these 2 characters is the Idoneth Deepkin, a Kalian Thrallmaster. This guy is going to lead the Idoneth Deepkin into battle. Great looking model. I think it really fits in with the existing models. And I think if you like playing these in Warcry, it's always great to have a unique model that you can include in your warband. So really nice to see this, and again great to see some attention being paid to the Idoneth. And leading the Fyreslayers, we've got an Auric Flamekeeper, and this guy's a warrior priest, and here he is with a brazier axe, and he's also able to harness the power of lifeless runes, and he can bestow blessings upon their fellow Dwarden. So we're going to see some abilities here for sure, and I think this is a really nice model actually. I'm not really drawn to the Fyreslayers all that much, but this guy's really good. I love the cloak and I love the details. The mask's great, and that plaited beard down the front I think looks really good. Now, as well as these 2 hero characters, we're going to get another 41 miniatures. We're going to get 20 for the Fyreslayers and 21 for the Idoneth. So let's start with the Fyreslayers and have a look at the ones that are going to be included for that faction. So first up, we're going to get 5 Auric Hearthguard and 5 Hearthguard Berserkers. And on top of that, you're going to get another 10 Volkite Berserkers. So that's going to be the 20 models that go along with this hero to make up that army. Now these already exist. You can buy all 3 of these sets already. So nothing new here, just that one leader figure. For the Idoneth, you're going to get 10 Namarti Thralls and 10 Namarti Reavers, and also a bloodthirsty Acalian Alapex. Now I think this is probably my favourite model of all of them. We'll have a closer look later on. I've took some images from the Games Workshop website, because the ones on this article you can't see an awful lot of the miniatures up close. So we'll check that out when we go through all the prices. But that Alapex is a great looking model, and I think out of all of them in this set, even though it already exists, is probably my favourite. So again, we've got 21 models here, plus the leader, and the only new model is going to be that Namarti Thrallmaster. On top of the models, you're also going to get a 40-page booklet. Now this is going to have all the background for the Fury of the Deep, and that's going to cover the war over Riftmar. You're going to get rules for a new Axian region of war called the Vitriolus Reach, and also 3 battle plans that cover the events of the raids. Another great addition in these box sets are the War Scroll cards, and so you're going to get those for all the miniatures that are included in this box, and you're also going to get tokens as well, and then you can use those tokens to keep track of your command points and for various rules. And you're also going to get a 56-page version of the core book, which I think will probably cover just the main rules. So I didn't see the one that came in the previous battle box, but if you've seen that, you'll know exactly what to expect from this. But I imagine 56 pages pretty much sounds like it's just going to be the rules and maybe a little bit of introduction. Unfortunately, the article didn't show us the tokens or that 56-page rulebook, but I think if we bring up a picture of the previous battle box for Age of Sigmar, the Shadow and Pain one, you can see here that you've got those different books, the tokens and the War Scrolls, and a good amount of miniatures as well. So I think if it matches the quality of this, then it could be a really good deal. Certainly once we look at the prices later on. And here's all the tokens as well. So you're going to get this double-sided token sheet too, which includes the measuring rulers as well. So all up, I think you get quite a lot in this box. And if we can get this for the same price as Shadow and Pain, which was 105 RRP, and it's still available actually at Element Games, you can save 15%. I'll put an affiliate link in the description below so you can make that saving. But they're selling it for $89.25. So let's have a look at the contents of this new Fury of the Deep, and we'll see how much it would cost if you were to buy everything separately, look at how much it would be with a 20% discount, and then we can compare it to Shadow and Pain and just see if it's going to be a good deal. Right, let's start with the Thrallmaster. So this model, I think there's nothing really to compare it to apart from these two, and they're going to be £17.50 each. So if we assume that this would be around a similar price for a single model. Then we've got the Namati Reavers, and the RRP of these is £30. So already we're up to £47.50. Then we've got the Namati Thralls, another £30 for these 10 miniatures. So now we're up to £77.50. And then next, my favourite model out of all of this is the Acalian Alapex. I think this looks awesome for an extra £27.50. Already our total's £105 now, and that's just for the Idoneth. Next is the Auric Flamekeeper for the Fyreslayers. And now if I compare him to the Doomseeker, that's £17.50. There's a few other single miniatures that are £20 each. But if we keep it at £17.50, I think that'd be worst case scenario if you were to buy this model separately. Then you're going to get the Hearthguard Berserkers and the Hearthguard Aurics, £27.50 each. So that takes us to £72.50. And then you're going to get these 10 Volkite Berserkers, £35. So that's £107.50 full retail price value. Add that to the Idoneth, £107.50 plus £105, and we're looking at a total value here of £212.50 plus the War Scrolls, plus the tokens, plus that 56-page book. But with so many discounts, rarely do we pay the full retail price. So let's take 20% off that recommended retail price, and that's going to take us down to a value of £170 plus all the extras that come in the box. So that's a pretty big saving if we can get it for the same price as Shadow and Pain. There's a potentially £80 saving here, but the question is it going to be the same price as this one? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Do you think we're only a few months really after this one was released? Is it still going to be 105 or is it going to be a little bit more? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Before we wrap up, let's just have a look at whether or not this set would be good for Warcry. And I think there's some potential here, certainly with the Fyreslayers, maybe even with the Idoneth. But I think if you could split this, maybe with a friend, or you want to do 2 new warbands, this could be an option. Because certainly with the Fyreslayers, you get a nice selection from the ones available here. You're getting something that you could proxy as your leader, and then you're getting 3 different kinds of fighters. So you could potentially have a bit of variety. You're going to have quite a few models left over, you take in 20, but for campaign mode, I think it could work out pretty good. Then with the Idoneth, you don't have as much variety here. I think you're only going to get the Thralls and Reavers, and you can't use that Alapex. Now, that Alapex is a great model. You could, of course, proxy it for one of the others, but I think if you wanted to use it for what it is, then that's not really an option at the moment with Warcry. The Morsar Guard are great in Warcry. They're really good to include. But this guy, he's not going to be able to play. So that would be a real shame unless you kind of make something up maybe for a monster. That could work. But if you want to play it as it is from the box, I think the option here is for Fyreslayers and then a pretty standard and repetitive warband for the Idoneth. You could supplement the Idoneth though with the Warcry Underworld's Elethane Soul Raid warband, and adding these to it could be really fun. I've done some cards up for the crab and the fish as well, so I mean this would be good to include it. I would add a bit of variety. You also get a different model there to use as your leader, so that could be a good way to go. And I always think these Underworld sets are perfect for Warcry because you get such unique miniatures to add to your warband. And you could do the same for the Fyreslayers. You can get these for £15. That's on the Games Workshop website. Rarely see a discount on that on some of the other sites. But for £15, 4 great models. You could have a bit of variety and include those in there too. So there we go. I think we've got potential here for Warcry, but I think really it's great value. If you can get this RRP with a 20% discount off, £170 value for £89 or £90 thereabouts, with all those other extras, the War Scrolls, tokens and book included, I think this would be great value. And if you could split that with a friend, you're only paying like potentially £45 each to get a nice set of miniatures. As far as army building for Age of Sigmar go, I think these would make some stunning armies. Certainly the Idoneth Deepkin, there's a lot of appeal there and some really nice models. Although there isn't too many of them to choose from, the ones that do exist look really nice. And I think if you can have a nice army of those on the table with a nice aquatic colour scheme, it could certainly make for a stunning army. But I'd love to know what you think. Are you excited about this? Were you hoping for more miniatures like I was, some newer ones? But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Be awesome to hear your thoughts and whether or not this is something you'll be picking up to add to your collection. I'm looking forward to finding out more, and I'll certainly update you here on the channel as soon as I do. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.